Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is called Anchor and Align, and in this practice we will be doing just that. So a lot of this stays a little bit lower to the ground, and we'll get into details about our physical alignments. I will also encourage you to consider ways that you can find more alignment in your life off of the mats. So you can kind of plant a seed if you have any questions about things that are feeling up in the air or uncertain in your life, or if there's a decision that you're making. Just sort of let your body and your mind and your being explore what you're going through, explore that situation, and feel into what is the most aligned option for you. So for this practice, you'll just need yourself, a space to move, maybe a couple of yoga blocks if you'd like to practice with those. And when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start lying all the way down on our backs today. So find your way here. Let the back of your head relax down, and then crawl your feet out to the wide edges of your mat and let your knees lean in onto one another for a broken bridge. Place your hands onto your belly and allow your eyes to fall closed. Feel how held you are by the earth here, and see how much you can drop into that support. Notice your breath moving underneath of your palms, feeling the belly rise with your inhales, and soften with your exhales. Continue to find more depth to your breathing. See if you can slow down the length of your next inhalation, and then match it with your exhalation. Eventually, your breath will move from your belly up to your ribs and all the way to the surface of the collarbones. And your exhale breath will wash down that same pathway in reverse. Breathing in and out through your nose, glide your breath along the back of your throat, beginning to create the ocean wave sound of Ujjayi Pranayama. Allow the breath to be a constant anchor for you as you move through this practice. Continuing to rest here, begin to consider what alignment feels like in your physical body. How do you know when a pose is really like clicking into that aligned space? And is there a similar feeling that you can tap into when something feels really aligned in your life? Whether it is a situation, a relationship, an environment. And then if there are any questions right now as to which path you want to take moving forward, as to what is most aligned for you going into this new year, just continue to ask that question from your body, your mind, your being as we begin to move. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Bring your knees to a parallel position and touch your heels with your fingertips. With your next inhale breath, slowly press into your feet and begin to bridge your hips all the way up toward the sky. Engage your glutes like you're trying to reach them toward the backs of your knees. At the top of the bridge, slowly rolling all the way back down, placing one vertebra at a time to the earth. Next breath in, press down, lift your pelvis high. And as you exhale, slowly roll back down your spine. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale to lift. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your inner thighs. And exhale, slowly lower. Last one, bridge the hips up.
Feel your core is connected, like your front body is squeezing down towards your back body. This time, stay at the top. Walk your shoulder blades toward one another underneath of you, and then catch onto the outer edges of your mat and try to pull it apart. Keep your eyes looking straight up. And now try to drive your feet down and forward and feel the expansion of the quad muscles. Let's take one more breath in here. As you breathe out, untuck your shoulder blades and slowly roll back down, one vertebra at a time until your sacrum lands. Now we're gonna shorten this movement. So we'll just take little baby pelvic tilts. Start by sticking your butt back. So you're really like pressing your tailbone to the earth and you're emphasizing that curve into your low back space. And then on your exhalation, try to carve your low back down into the ground as you tuck your pelvis and get really hollow through your low core muscles. So just little baby micro movements, inhaling to tip the pelvis back, exhaling to squeeze in. See if you can lift and spread your toes as you keep going just like this. Really feeling into the minutia of the arching and rounding here. Good. Let that go and begin to gather your knees into your chest. Start to rock and roll the length of your spine, moving up toward a seated position and back down. Do this a couple times, a nice massage for the back body. And we'll meet in Malasana, rolling up to a squat at the top of your mat. We'll take a few breaths with the fingertips down. Press your elbows into your knees and see if you can drive them wider apart. Relax the creases of your hips. If you want to take a couple rocks or a little bounce up and down to assist in that softening, go for it. When you feel ready, draw your palms into prayer at heart center. Feel the balance here between the reaching downward, the anchoring action through the waistline down, and then the freedom of your spine growing all the way out through the crown of your head. Let your heart be tall, chest is open. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And stay here one more full breath, inhaling and exhaling. Begin to place your fingertips to the mat. Slowly, slowly lift your hips and then turn your toes to point forward. Bend your knees until you can connect your belly and your chest to your thighs and let your head fall. Breathing here. Wash your breath down the back line of your spine. And as you stay, start to play into some rib cage circles. This can be intuitive, but just imagine that the ribs are orbiting around the central column of your spine, or it's kind of like you're drawing a circle in the air surrounding your body. And just take a few in each direction. Good. And then just folding back down through the center. Press into your toes and slowly round your spine, coming all the way up to standing, building one vertebra at a time onto the next. Head comes up last, and then you can soften your shoulders down. Now place your hands onto your waistline, create a little bend into your knees, and really firmly press into your foundation here. Imagine you're like planting your body into the ground. Then from the roots of your toes, grow up through your legs, up through your spine, up through the crown of your head, and reach your arms up to lengthen that line. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out with a long spine, dive all the way down, tip your pelvis back, and lean your chest forward. Let your head fall at the bottom. Take a breath in to find a halfway lift, pulling up through the legs, then through the spine, crown of head forward. As you exhale, fingertips come to the mat. Pick up your left foot and softly step it all the way to the back, touching your toes and then your knee down. When you breathe in, pull your feet toward one another and begin to float your fingers to the sky. When you breathe out, slide your pelvis down and forward. Continuing to find a dig into the earth through your toes and letting yourself get more and more settled every breath here. One more inhale. One more exhale. Now breathe in Rock your hips just slightly back as your palms move through prayer. Reach your chest forward. And then as you exhale, hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh to find a twist. Pressing right hand onto left hand. Feeling the turn, the revolution of your spine coming from your waistline up. See if you can engage your belly to lift it off of your front thigh. Stay. One more breath in. One more breath out. Unwind to face the top of your mat. Place your fingertips down to the mat or blocks. Breathe in, stretch your heart forward. Breathe out, rock your hips back in space and flex through your front toes, bowing over your right thigh. Again, inhale, coming forward into your lunge position. Reach through the spine. And exhale, hips back, right leg straight-ish. Really flex and spread your toes. One more time. Breathe in and come forward. Breathing out, glide it back, half splits. Inhale, shift forward. Now this time, as you exhale, kick your back heel in and then pivot your left shin so that it's parallel to the back edge of your mat. Walk your right fingertips inside your front foot. As you breathe in, curl your right sit bone underneath of you and start to stretch your left fingertips to the sky. So we're in like a modified extended side angle. Feel the line of your spine grow tall. And then stay here or play with extending your left fingertips all the way forward over the top of your head. Hug in through your core, pivoting the right side gently toward the left. Take one more breath in here. Good, and then as you breathe out, face the top of your mat once again and bring your back toes to tuck behind you. As you inhale, press to the earth, lift your back knee, and then begin to dig down so much so that you can float your fingertips and slowly begin to rise them up into a high crescent lunge. Hips and shoulders softening and squaring toward the top of your mat. Keep your back heel floating really high, like there's a string connected to it that's being pulled up to the ceiling. Spin your pinkies forward. Take a breath in, broaden your chest. Breathing out, palms to the mat. Take a soft step back into a high plank. Inhale here and elongate everything. As you exhale, bend your elbows, come down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, rise back up into high plank, top of a push-up. Exhale, use your core to slowly sink your knees down. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, arch your back. Tailbone lifts, heart forward, eyes up. Feel the expansion of your front body. Exhale, rock your hips back in space. Dig your finger pads down. Breathe in. Round your spine, coming forward through a cat pose. As you breathe out, slowly open up into cobra. Tops of the thighs land. Elbows hug back and toward one another. Press your toenails down. Dig them to the earth. Squeeze your quads. And then breathe, expanding your heart forward. We'll stay here for a few rounds. You can be still. You can move. Just see how much space you can make into your low back and the front of your belly. One more breath in. Breathing out. Find your way back into downward facing dog, moving through hands and knees or not. Anchor, hands and feet. Like literally imagine that they are weighted down all the way to the center of the earth. And then once you're stable and steady, notice how much space you can make into the line of your spine. Rinse your breath down any sticky spots. Feel free to move around or you can be still. 2 more breaths. Asking your body what feels most aligned for you. Are there little micro adjustments that you can make to feel a sensation in a sweeter way or maybe in a stronger way? Next breath in, look forward. Breathing out, travel to a fold at the top of your mat. Take a breath in, find a halfway lift, tailbone back, crown of head forward. As you breathe out, fingertips to the mat, heels in, toes out, sink all the way down to the bottom of a squat. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center, breathing in Malasana.
Next inhalation, can you lift your heart just a little taller? Exhale, fingertips land. See how slowly you can lift your hips. Pivot on your heels so your toes will point forward once again and bow down. Again with a rounded spine, slowly, gently rising all the way back up to standing. No rush at all. Really take your time with this. And finally, the head will lift. Next breath in, stretch your arms wide and up, but as much as you're reaching up, also reach down through the bottoms of your feet. As you exhale, Uttanasana, diving down, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fingertips land. Pick up your right foot and step it all the way to the back of your space. Toes and the knee landing. Breathe in, feet hug toward one another, arms float up. Breathe out, melting through your hips. Stay connected to your front body engagement. So you're not just letting the ribs go and arching, you're staying pulled in so that you can enable the hip flexor stretch on the back leg to open up even more. Next breath in, rock your hips just slightly back so your left knee stacks over your ankle, palms to prayer, tip your chest forward. As you exhale, hook right elbow outside of left thigh. As you find this twist, feel the press of your toes down like they're gluing you to the earth. Feel the length of your spine on your inhales, and then squeeze your core and revolve toward the left on your exhale breaths. One more round here. Next inhalation, unwind to the top. Place your fingertips down to mat or blocks. Lengthen your heart forward. Then as you exhale, hips go back. Slowly peel your left toes off the earth, stretching your left leg towards straight as you keep your spine long and bow forward. Again, inhale, stepping into your low lunge, heart up. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. One more time, fluid glide forward as you inhale, melting back as you exhale. Inhale, come into your lunge. As you exhale, kick your back heel in, turn that shin to be aligned with the back of your mat, and walk your left fingertips inside your front foot. Curl the left sit bone underneath of you. Breathing in, open up right arm toward the sky. And then grow in every direction. How much can you energize and brighten through the cells of your body here? Now turn your right palm forward and slowly reach it over your ear. Taking one more breath in. Breathing out, face the top of your mat once again. Bring the right toes back behind you. Have your feet hips distance apart. And as you inhale, lift your back knee. Press into the earth and then slowly rise up to standing in a high crescent lunge. Growing your roots to the earth and then stretching energy up to the sky. Take one more full breath in. Breathing out, palms to the mat, softly step back into a high plank. Breathe in here, squeeze the front body. Breathe out, chaturanga, come down halfway. Energetic press to the earth as you inhale, come back up to high plank. As you exhale, slowly soften your knees down. Inhale, arch. Imagine that you could touch your tailbone and the back of your head to one another. As you exhale, maintain those curves, hips back, lengthen your gaze forward. Active child's pose. Inhale, round your spine, coming through hands and knees. And as you exhale, opening up into cobra, micro bend your elbows. And just feel how spacious you can be here. Notice when you grip the earth more with your fingertips and kind of draw back on them, grip more into your toenails and pull forward on them. You've got space to reach your heart through. Take a breath in. Next exhale breath, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. In and out through your nose. Notice how energy is moving through your system on the channel of your breath. Breathe in, gaze forward. Breathe out, travel to a fold at the top of your mat.
Take an inhalation and halfway lift your spine.
Exhale, fingertips land. Turn your toes a little out, bend your knees and sit to a squat. Palms to prayer, heart center. Breathing here, inhaling. As you exhale, right away back into your forward fold.
Now this time with a long spine. Inhale, press down.
Rise up to standing and turn your gaze up. As you exhale, let's sit to chair, sinking the hips back in space, reaching up through the fingers. As you inhale, stick your butt back even more. Cinch your waist, grow your heart up, and cactus your elbows. As you exhale, curl your tailbone under, get hollow in your low belly, close your ribs and reach your fingertips forward, coming into a rounded spine. Again, inhale to the arched back chair. Tail, heart, gaze up. Exhale, round and curl. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, rise to standing Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, dive down. Breathe in, lengthen halfway. Breathe out, left foot to the back, left knee down. Inhale, reach your fingertips high. Exhale, sink your hips down and forward. Next breath in, palms to prayer, lean your torso a little forward. Exhale, hook left elbow outside of your right thigh. Now, option to stay here, or you can start to press down and lift your back knee away from the earth. So now we're in a revolved crescent lunge. One more breath here. Unwind. Place your fingertips to the earth. Lift your back knee now if it's not. Inhale here. As you exhale, rock your hips back in space. Stretch your right leg towards straight. So we're now in a pyramid-ish fold and bow in. Again, inhale, rocking forward into your lunge. Exhale, glide back, pyramid. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come to a lunge. Exhale, turn your back heel down. Walk your right fingertips inside of your right foot. As you breathe in, right sitting bone scoops underneath of you, and your left fingertips start to rise skyward so that we can find an extended side angle. If it's a lot here, you could play with placing your right elbow to your thigh and then lengthening through your waistlines as you open up. Just one more breath, left fingertips forward, inhaling. Good, exhaling. Right away, let's step back into chaturanga, lower halfway. This time, inhale, upward facing dog, arcing forward through your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Just one breath, inhale. Exhale. Even as we are moving a little more quickly, see if you can still find your personal alignment in every shape. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, travel to a fold at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Malasana, heels in, toes out. Breathe in, lift your heart. And breathe out, bowing into a forward fold. Inhale, press down. Long spine, rise all the way up to standing, gaze up. Exhale, chair, sinking low. Breathe in, arch your back, really cinching in through the waistlines, curling through the thoracic spine. Exhale, rounding and curling in your chair. Again, inhale, wave through the spine to arch. Exhale, round. Let this feel fluid and free. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, come all the way up to standing tall. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, right foot to the back, toes and knee landing. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, sink into Anjaneyasana. Breathe in, lean your heart forward towards your palms as they touch, and exhale to twist. Right elbow to outer left thigh. Stay here, or on your next exhale breath, press down and lift your back knee to float. Relax your shoulders. Good. Inhale, unwind. Fingertips down at the top of your mat. Back knee lifts if it's not. As you exhale, hips go back. Press your left heel down and forward to stretch that leg straight and fold over your thigh any amount. Inhale, sinking back into a lunge. Exhale, pyramid variation. Hands on blocks can be really helpful here, so take that if you need to. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Sink back into a deep bend in your front leg, knee over ankle, and then turn your right heel down and press the knife edge of your foot parallel to the back of your mat. Left fingertips just inside of your left foot, maybe on a block or maybe elbow to your thigh. As you inhale, right fingertips reach up to the sky. Extended side angle. One more breath here. Right fingertips can reach to the top of your mat. And exhale, palms come down, softly stepping back into plank and lower halfway. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose.
Take a big sigh out of your mouth.
Breathe in and gaze forward. As you breathe out, travel to the top of your mat, bowing in here. Inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fingertips down, heels in, toes out, sink to a squat. Palms to prayer, breathing in. Breathe out, see if you can keep your hands lifted as you slowly lower all the way down to a seated position. We'll move into Baddha Konasana. Take the soles of your feet together and let your knees wing open wide. Catch onto the fronts of your ankles and take a breath in to sit up really nice and tall. As you breathe out, keep your heart leaning forward and dive down over your legs. Then on your inhale breath, compress into your core, and with a rounded spine, slowly roll back up to a tall seat. Inhaling here, lengthen your heart forward and tip forward. And as you exhale, slowly roll and round all the way back in. One more time like that. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, rolling up. Now we're going to reverse that. So start to tuck your chin towards your chest, rounding the spine all the way down. And then like the crown of your head is on a string and it's being pulled straight forward, lengthen, and then slowly rise back up to a tall seated position. Tucking the chin, rounding all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, slowly come back up. Let's do one more time. Exhale. Inhale, grow long. And exhale, rise up. Good. Now we're just going to drape forward over the legs. So it doesn't matter if your spine rounds. You can walk your hands forward, soften your head. Breathing into your hips, unwinding any holding or tension. And listen to any signals or feedback that your body has for you. The way we're able to find alignment is by listening in. No one can find it for you. Everything feels different for one person to the next. So trust your own body and your own intuition to be your guide. Slowly rise back up to a tall spine. And you can close your knees together and we'll roll to lying on our backs. Going down slow and steady to place one vertebra at a time to the earth. Let your head land. And then extend your left leg forward. Hug your right knee into your chest for a moment. And then begin to find a half happy baby. You could think of it like a lunge on the sky. So your right foot is stamping up. Your knee is drawing down towards your armpit. Hold on to your shin, your ankle, maybe your foot if it's available. See if you can flex your toes and keep your left thigh bone really heavy and rooted. We'll take 3 more breaths here. If you'd like to soften or close your eyes, go for it. And then when you're ready, release that leg, stretch it straight forward, and we'll switch. Left knee hugs into your chest.
Finding your half happy baby on the second side, catching on to whatever is accessible. And see if you can keep your shoulders rooted. Keep your breath easy and free. And we'll stay for 2 more rounds. Good, release. Hug both of your knees into your chest and curl yourself up into a tight squeeze, wrapping forearms around shins, chin to the chest. See how much you can compress everything so tightly. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, open up into Savasana. Arms and legs wide. If you need a sigh out of your mouth to clear, take one. And then let your whole body get so heavy and soft. All of the dust can settle. All the residue can be rinsed away. Let your body have this time just to be. All you have to do is surrender to the moment exactly as it is. Begin to call your awareness back, taking the fullest breaths of your day so far, right here, as you begin to wake back up, moving fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, and then stretch out long. Take a breath in as the arms go back, toes go forward. Exhale, roll onto your side for fetal pose, allowing your head to rest down and sink in here. And then press to the earth and slowly find your way up to Sukhasana. We will close our practice here. Feel the support of the earth underneath your sitting bones. And feel how broad your foundation is, how tall you can sit. And then just check in with any effects of your practice today. Maybe you have more clarity around what alignment means for you. Maybe on the mat, maybe off the mat, maybe both. And sometimes these insights open up slowly. So if you don't have all the answers right now or right away, that's okay. Draw your palms to prayer at heart center. And as you move forward into the rest of your day, continue to find little moments to anchor and align. Take a full breath in. Big sigh. Lift your hearts and bow, chin to chest. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.
if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, requests, feel free to leave them for me below. I love to hear from you. And if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, you can become one down below as well. You can also join as a monthly donation member. All of this really helps to support me. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, and I will see you very soon in another practice. Bye.